Please be seated. Okay, first witness.
State calls Laura Renee Bland.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Thank you. Absolutely.
State.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please state your full name for the record?
Laura Renee Bland,
And Ms. Bland, where are you currently employed?
Circle K,
And in what capacity are you employed there?
store manager,
And at which store are you store manager?
the Bushnell store,
And where were you employed? Where were you employed on or about June 29th, 2015?
that store, been there 10 years.
And as store manager there, what are your duties?
Manage the store, the financial part of the employees.
Does the store contain a video recording system?
Yes, it does.
And what is the purpose of the video recording system?
To record activities inside the store and outside the store.
And what happens with those videos once they're recorded?
If one is requested, we record it and turn it over to law enforcement.
And do you have access to the device or devices that record video in the store?
Yes, I do.
And if law enforcement wants a copy of the device, of the video on the device, do you provide that?
Yes, I do.
All right. Are the recordings on the devices made during the normal business practice of your Circle K store?
Yes.
And are the recordings made at the time that the items within the recordings are being recorded?
Yes.
Are the recordings normally done in a normal course of business?
Yes.
Where are the recording devices located?
In my office.
And is your office kept
Secured.
secure? So folks can't go in and out of your office?
No, it's against company policy.
And, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask the court if I could remain at the table.
That's
and not
fine.
be at the podium. How does the time and date of how does the time and date in your, is that a digital recording system?
Yes,
that you use?
it's recorded actually on the DVR.
And how does the time and date on the DVR get set?
It's just automatic like a computer.
And when you search for videos in the DVR system, do you confirm that the date and time are correct?
Yes.
And on or about June 29, 2015, was your DVR system operating correctly?
Yes, it was.
And what procedure do you use to recover videos from your digital video recording system?
If someone requests a certain date and time, we can go back to that date and time, is recorded, and then burn a disc for anybody that requests it.
And do these requests normally come from law enforcement?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibits number 71. I'll start with 71A. Sorry, I'm mixing myself up here. Wrong gas station. Okay. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit number 72A. Do you recognize this flash drive in 72A?
Yes.
And what's on that flash drive?
An incident where a law enforcement officer requested a certain date and time that a suspect came into the store.
Okay, and did you download the video from your system for the law enforcement officer?
Yes, I did.
And is the video you downloaded contained within State's Exhibit 72A?
Yes.
I'll show you State's Exhibit 72B, which is a compact disc or DVD. You recognize 72B?
Yes.
What is it?
It's the DVD of the same time and date.
Now, the data contained on the flash drive at 72A, did that come in the original format that it came out of your DVD in?
Yes.
And then, now on the disc on 72B, is it in a different format?
Yes, and it contains more. It's a bigger span of time.
It's like a movie format.
Correct.
So all of the information on 72B is contained within 72A?
Yes.
Did you recall did the officer give you the specific dates and times that he wanted?
Yes.
And you searched your DVD for those, your DVR for those specific dates and times?
Correct.
And when you provided him, did you confirm that the date and time on your DVR was correct?
Yes.
Now, at this time, the state would seek to admit well, wait. Your Honor, this time the state would submit, first of all, that the 72A is a business record made in a normal course of business. And if it's not a business record, the 72A also qualifies for admission under silent witness theory.
Can I have just 2 seconds, Judge?
Yes, sir.
I'm not familiar with case law that makes videos admissible as business records. However, the state has complied with all the conditions of the silent witness rule other than testimony identifying, and I'm referring, the case I've got is Brandt versus State. I can provide it to the state, but they went right down the litany of things that need to be established. They have not provided testimony identifying the relevant participants depicted in the photographic evidence. I'm assuming that's something they could probably do with a different witness, but at this point I'm going to object to that portion of the foundation not being laid.
Yes, Your Honor, we intend to produce testimony from Matt DeShazo at the Digital Forensics Unit that one of the reasons why this video was chosen out of all the videos that were recovered was based on GPS coordinates from the garment. And he's going to say when he reviewed the video, he saw Mr. Rodgers on the video at 2:31 a.m.
Wouldn't that be the proper time to admit it?
Yes, Your Honor. However, we also want to make sure that the video, that we've at least established that the video is proper as a business record. Silent witness theory has that 5th prong, and we can't establish that 5th prong until we have a witness who can say that Mr. Rodgers is on the video.
Did you file a notice to use this as a business record?
No, because we have a witness.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Okay.
I would concede, Judge. I don't think they have to file
They have the witness here, you're right.
However, I didn't find anything one way or the other as to whether a video could be moved into business records.
Well, I don't see why it couldn't be.
And again, we're seeking admission under both theories.
Well, you'll link up the other theory later, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think it suffices as a business record. We'll show it admitted.
Okay. I don't know if there's-
Your objection's noted for the record.
We'll tender the witness.
No
Okay.
cost, Judge.
Are we releasing this witness, or?
I don't think we're going to need her testimony anymore, so I know she needs to go. So we'll release her at this time with our thanks.
And you can renew your objections at a later time as well when they actually show it.
If they tie it up, Judge, I'll bring it up later, but I'm assuming.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next witness.
State calls Joe Graham.
Can I ask you, is this the witness that's substituting for the other?
Yes, Your Honor. We listed a Category B witness, Lori Swank, as a custodian of records. Ms. Swank sent Mr. Graham in her stead.
I don't have an objection based on the witness substitution. We didn't depose the other witness, so.
Okay.
Same issue with this one. G-R-A-H-A-M.
I think it's G-R-A. Well, actually, how do you pronounce your name, sir?
Graham.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
That's why I chair and speak right to the microphone.
Okay, sir, can you please state your full name for the record?
Joseph Graham,
And we've already spelled your last name for the record, so can you tell us where you're currently employed?
Racetrack Petroleum.
And
Racetrack Petroleum, racetrack and, yes.
what are your duties at Racetrack?
I'm an operations supervisor.
And as operations supervisor, make sure I'm asking the right questions. What are your duties?
I oversee and supervise the production and operation of stores and racetrack, anywhere from 12 to 30 stores.
And do your duties also involve overseeing the storage and production of videos from the stores
Yes, at times it does.
and other records as well?
Yes, sir.
Do you maintain or assist in maintaining, in the normal course of business, records or videos from the racetrack stores in your division?
Yes, through a DVR system.
And does Racetrack normally record digital videos in a normal course of business?
Yes, sir.
And are these recordings made after or near the time of the events that are depicted within them?
Yes, sir.
And are these records maintained during the normal during your normal course of business?
Yes, sir.
Are you one of the people who's involved in producing records when they're requested from Racetrack?
Yes, sir, I have been.
I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit number 71A. And Your Honor, for the record, the defense has reviewed all of the exhibits. This is a flash drive. You can take that. And have you had an opportunity to review the flash drive?
Yes, I have.
And what's contained within it?
It is a racetrack.
a racetrack or a racetrack, what for racetrack?
It is a recording of a racetrack. Cash wrap area.
Say again?
Cash wrap area.
And which racetrack is the recording from?
451 Brooksville.
451 is the store number.
Correct, sir.
And it's a racetrack in Brooksville, Florida?
Yes, sir.
And was that record made in a normal course of business?
Yes, sir.
And was it regular practice to make that record?
Yes, sir.
And was that record made at or near the time of the events recorded within the record?
Yes, sir.
And is this information that provided? Are you one of the people who provides these recordings in a normal course of business?
Yes, I am.
Now I'm going to also show you State's Exhibit number 71B, which is a disc. And did you have an opportunity to review 71B?
Yes, sir.
And what's on 71B?
It's recording of a racetrack cash wrap area.
Okay, it's the same video
Same.
that's in 71A,
Exact same video, sir.
except in a different format.
Yes, sir.
The video that comes out of the recording system on 71A has a special player, right?
Yeah. Storekeeper, sir.
And the video on 72B doesn't require the special player.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we would seek to admit State's Exhibit 72A and 72B.
72 or 71?
I'm sorry, 70. It's late in the day, and I apologize. I know that gets to Ms. Fitzgeorge. I apologize, counsel. We would seek to admit State's Exhibits 71A and 71B into evidence as business records.
Yes, Judge. I had a chance to think a little bit further about using the business records exception to get this in. Business records is that's an exception to the hearsay rule. That has nothing to do with automatically making something admissible because it's a business record. Specifically, all the case law talks about the silent witness theory, there's two ways to get a video in. One is somebody saw it and says that that barely and accurately depicts what I saw, and that's enough to get a picture or a video in. I do have case law for the court and the state. You want me to approach it?
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, well, I'm not sure if this is the same case that the state was using. Specifically, it is Brandt versus State. This is a First District case found at 810 Southern 2nd 532. It's from 2002. If you look at the third page of the printout on the right bottom, it's entitled Section B. And what this case is talking about is when there's no witness who has seen the videotape or the photograph or what it depicts, presenting the surrounding circumstances around the particular video being taken can be enough for the court to find, as this case says, be sufficient for the court to find that the photograph is a fair and accurate representation of a material fact, and it's citing Earhart there. And it lists the facts or the evidence that's necessary for the court to make that finding right below that. Number one, evidence establishing time and date of the photographic evidence. We probably have that here. Two, evidence of editing or tampering. There's no evidence one way or the other on that. I would agree that I would actually think the state would have to show something to show that the video was never tampered with. But more importantly, number three, the operating condition and capability of the equipment producing the photographic evidence as it relates to the accuracy and reliability of the photographic product. There's been no testimony as to that. Four, the procedure employed as it relates to preparation, testing, operation, and security of the equipment used to produce the photographic product, including the security of the product itself. That kind of goes back to number two. And number five, again, this is something that I do think they could potentially tie up with another witness, but they haven't done it yet. Testimony identifying the relevant participants depicted in the photographic evidence. So without those, just the fact that that it meets that the business record exception to the hearsay rule doesn't mean it comes in. There's lots of exceptions to the hearsay rule. For example, if it was a video of Mr. Rodgers talking, the fact that it's him would be an exception to the hearsay rule. There still needs to be authentication in either somebody saw it or it meets the silent witness rule.
Well, first of all, Judge, that five-part prong that counsel read is silent witness theory.
Yes.
We're not seeking to admit this particular video under silent witness theory because Mr. Graham is solely the custodian of record. The issue that counsel's bringing up is relevance. And certainly the state can establish that the item is admissible and seek to have it admitted subject to relevance. And we have the same issue with the previous video. Mr. DeShazo will then testify that he reviewed the video and saw Mr. Rodgers and Mr. Wright on the video. And so that doesn't mean that the video is not admissible. This witness has established a predicate that the video was maintained as a business record for racetrack. That's the issue. The final issue before the jury even gets to see it would be relevance, and the state's going to establish relevance to Mr. DeShazo. We're not seeking admission of this video because the situation here is a little different than with Ms. Bland. We're seeking admission for this video as a business record.
Can I respond? I'll repeat.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing, just because it's a video record, just because even if it meets whatever qualifications are set as a business record, that's an exception to the hearsay rule. I'm not objecting to this video as being hearsay. There's not even any statements on there. There is absolutely zero authority that makes something come in just because it happens to meet the requirements of the business record. If you look at this particular case, and any cases on videos or photos, there are two ways the state can get them in, which I've been through, and they actually went through the steps with the last witness, and I conceded that if they can subsequently have someone identify the people in there, then they've met that requirement. This one, they've done none of the requirements set in 1 through 5 of the requirements for the silent witness rule.
You can have somebody identify the people in the video or no?
Yes, Mr. DeShazo will testify. Same issue when after he reviewed the garment and evidence, went to the video from this particular store because of coordinates in the garment. And he reviewed the video, and he saw Mr. Wright and Mr. Rodgers on the video. And so, however, Mr. DeShazo is not a custodian of records for the racetrack and has never been to that racetrack. All he did was look at the video. That's how we established the relevance. We established that the record is reliable, that it was maintained in the normal course of business, that it came from the racetrack, and then Mr. DeShazo says he watched the video and saw the two subjects on the video. That's what makes it relevant.
When is this other witness testifying?
At our current pace, Your Honor, we could see him tomorrow.
Morning or afternoon?
Assuming that we get through these witnesses here, we can see him by late morning or early afternoon.
Your objection is noted for the record. I'll allow it. What's
Again,
next?
it's not our intent to show this.
But you're
to
not
the
going to
jury.
publish it unless you
Yes.
link it up.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Graham.
Thank you.
Mr. Graham, free to go?
Sir.
Just to make the record clear, you're overruling my objection to the evidence being admitted, so we got a little sidetracked.
It's admitted, but it's not going to be published unless they link it up.
Okay.
Next is Jason Duval. Jason Duval, sorry.
Why don't you give those to the clerk?
Yes. I have a little clip on them. My clip's not good.
And Judge, while we're waiting, I would just like to add to my last projection is the Florida and United States Constitution due process.
Okay.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Can you please state your full name for the record?
Jason Brandt Duval,
And, sir, where are you currently employed?
Walmart.
Okay, and where were you employed back in June and July of 2015?
Asset protection manager for the 6 Mile Cypress Walmart.
What does an asset protection manager do?
Basically, security, safety, shrink, monitor the cameras, theft mitigation, help out the store.
Okay. And did your work as the asset mitigation manager, right,
That's fine.
include, well, I want to make sure I got the title correct.
Well, the Walmart terminology is asset protection manager, but loss prevention officer or loss prevention manager, I understand what you're saying.
Okay. I'll just say loss prevention manager.
That's fine.
Did your duties involve operation of Walmart's, well, first question is, did Walmart at the 6 Mile Cypress back then have a digital video recording system?
Yes, closed caption TV, CCTV.
And did your duties involve operation of that system?
Yes, sir.
And is there some kind of a recording device or recording system that's used to capture and maintain videos from cameras in Walmart?
Yes, it's normally stored on a DVR system.
And is that DVR system located within that 6 Mile Cypress Walmart?
At that particular time, it was located in the loss prevention office.
And that was in 6 Mile Cypress Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And is that location secure?
Yes, sir.
And I want to make sure I ask the proper question. Is the loss prevention office secure?
It's locked at all times. The only persons that have a key is a salary member of management. It's locked at all times and secure.
It's locked at all times. The only persons that have a key is the.
Salary member of management or loss prevention.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's not open to the public?
Correct.
And in June and July of 2015, was the DVR system operating correctly in the 6 Mile Cypress Walmart?
Yes, sir.
Does did your DVR system have a record of the time and day of what was being recorded on it?
Yes, sir.
And was the time and day, was the correct time and day kept within that system?
Yes, sir.
When you needed to search for something in the system, did you sometimes have to use the date and time to find things within the system?
If it's a previous date other than or earlier than the current date, yes.
Okay, I'm going to show you. Let me ask you the next questions. Set of questions. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit number 69A. Flash drive here. Do you recognize what's on that flash drive?
Yes, sir.
What's on it?
It should be recordings that of the surveillance for, I believe, 24 hours worth of parking lot shots and entrances, and I believe that's what's on this one.
And did you provide recordings to the Lee County? Did the Lee County Sheriff's Office make a request to you to provide recordings to them?
Yes, sir.
And did you do that?
Yes.
In fact, did a detective kind of point out to you who he was looking for in the videos?
Yes.
And so you downloaded the folks that he was specifically looking for, the dates and times of what he was specifically looking for?
2 gentlemen, yes.
And when you downloaded State's Exhibit number 69A, was the time and date correct in your DVR system?
Yes, sir.
Did the recording appear to be tampered with in any way?
No, sir.
Now, as the loss prevention manager, did you have any responsibilities with reference to keeping the DVR recordings of the store surveillance secure?
Yes, sir.
And the digital video recordings within the store, were they made within the normal course of business of the 6 Mile Cypress Walmart?
The recordings requested?
No,
Yep.
the recordings that are made in the store.
It's 24 hours, so it's continuous.
And was this record made in the normal course of business?
Yes.
Is it the regular practice of Walmart to make the record?
Yes, sir.
Is the record made at or near the time of the events that are recorded within it?
Yes, sir.
And this record was when you downloaded this record, you had the access to the DVR system to download it.
Yes, sir.
And it was part of your responsibilities to maintain the recordings on the DVR system?
Yes.
Your Honor, this time the state will seek to admit what was previously marked as State's Exhibit 69A in evidence as 69A. Well, actually, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm going to show you what's been marked as 69B.
I don't have an objection to it if it comes in to the digital copy.
Okay. So the 69B contain a video copy of what's contained on 69A?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Okay. Walmart's DVR system, when you download stuff out of it, it needs a special player in order to play,
Yes, sir.
and that's what's on the flash drive.
Correct.
And did you have an opportunity to review what's on the disk?
Briefly, yes.
And was that the same video that was on the flash drive?
From what I viewed, yes, sir.
So we would seek to admit what's been previously marked as State's Exhibits 69A and B in the evidence of 69A and B. We would seek to admit those items as a business record made in the normal course of business and subject, of course, to relevancy under the silent witness theory.
Defense.
Briefly, Judge, just to summarize my argument as far as the business records, because this is not a statement, the fact that it might or might not meet the requirements of the business records exception to the hearsay rule is irrelevant. On this particular one, the state did come a lot closer in meeting what needs to be set forth in the silent witness method of moving a video or picture in. However, they did not, and again, I'm referring to Brandt versus State. I gave the site earlier. They did not meet requirements number 4 or 5. Number 4 is the procedure employed as it relates to the preparation, testing, operation, and security of the equipment used to produce the photographic product, including the security of the product itself. They did do some of that but they did not talk about the testing or operation of the equipment. And also, they did not identify the relevant participants. Again, I do think they could clear that particular one up later, but they haven't met number 4, and I don't think they'll be able to.
I'll show them admitted pending, publication pending linkage. Anything further?
Nothing further.
Thank you, sir. Is he to be released?
We will have an additional item of evidence that we're going to seek to admit tomorrow in front of the...
So this witness is being retained.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You're subject to recall, sir. We'll let you know when you're needed. Thank
Understood.
you.
Just leave this here.
He'll get it. Thank you.
The state will now call Matt Sands.
2 more after this?
Mr. Sands will be the last one for the day.
Okay.
69A is EVAC trouble. Judge, you know, we're gonna need Matt Sands tomorrow, and it's probably smarter just to go ahead. I think for now, regarding the proffer of evidence, we've done everything that we can do today. The rest of it, Mr. Sands, there's an additional item of evidence that'll go into I can't remember his rank right now.
That's right.
He's a commander now, because he was captain before. Commander Sands, we can call him tomorrow. I don't want to burn up any more time today.
Are we going to have to just go through the exercise we just went through anyway, though?
No, I expect that tomorrow, Commander Sands will say that he assisted Mr. Duval in downloading the video that's in 69A, and kind of showed him who he was looking for, and he's going to be able to ID the suspects on the video. And then also Commander Sands is going to say that he went to the locations in the store where the two subjects in the video went and took a picture of this red Budweiser shirt that they picked up off the rack. And
So
that's something we have to do.
You'd like to call witness Sands tomorrow, then?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense to use up any more time.
No, it doesn't matter to me if we stay late. Okay. Defense, you ready to call it a day?
Before we recess, could I speak with Ms. Fitzgeorge for just one moment?
Sure. Anything further either side? Why don't we have you guys come back at 8:30, even though I told them 9, just to make sure there's no issues. Okay. See everybody at 8:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.